If you have been experiencing emotional triggers or finding yourself getting triggered very easily, then this video is for you. The first thing to recognize is that we all have emotional triggers. It's very normal and okay to have them. It's okay to feel sad, angry, scared, or triggered, so don't be too hard on yourself. But this message is important because once you understand your triggers and why you're having them and are hopefully able to use the tools in this video to manage them well, it will lead to you experiencing a better quality of life. So first things first, we have to understand what emotional triggers actually are. And I will also give you a real world example so you can understand it better. Emotional triggers can include words, gestures, sounds, smells, or behaviors that immediately cause a big emotional reaction in you, such as lashing out in anger or completely shutting down. And the reaction is usually disproportionate to what is actually happening. So why do we have emotional triggers and where do they actually come from? Very often, our emotional triggers exist as a result of our past experiences, stresses, or situations that unconsciously remind us of our past traumas, painful feelings, or emotional upsets. So let's use a quick real-world example of an emotional trigger. So let's say Mary was raised by parents who were absent or emotionally unavailable to her. So as a child, she had to take charge of everything and become independent fairly early on. So now as an adult, many years later, let's say that Mary is in a relationship and she has a partner. And she gets triggered whenever he is not available to her, so she gets upset whenever he does not return her calls for hours due to being busy or whenever he is unavailable. So in this specific example, Mary's trigger is unavailability. And she might be unconsciously blaming her partner even in situations when it's not actually his fault, in order to avoid her old pain of childhood neglect. So whenever she becomes aware of her trigger and that it's actually a reminder of her past trauma, then she can learn to attend to her inner child in order to heal and become empowered. So what to do when you are triggered and what are some ways to manage them? The first step to take when you notice feeling triggered is to take a few deep breaths. Number 2 is to change your environment if possible. For example, opening a window, opening a door, or physically leaving the environment. Although keep in mind that if you are in a conversation with someone, make sure that you let them know that you need a bit of space. And once you have calmed down, make sure to return back to the conversation and continue the conversation. Number 3, drink a glass of water. Number 4, practice a thought-stopping exercise. For example, picturing a red stop sign in your mind to stop your thoughts. Number 5, identify what actually triggered you and identify your triggers. Number 6, try tracing the roots of your triggers or recognizing where they actually come from. Number 7, name your feelings. Number 8, name how you are feeling and notice where in your body you are feeling them. Number 9, accept your feelings. It's okay to feel sad, angry, or scared, and sit with your feelings by bringing your attention to them and curiously observing them. And finally, number 10, once you have calmed down, communicate using I statements. For example, I feel hurt when you dash, where you add your specific situation. Make sure to really be honest with yourself about your triggers and really study them while also being kind and gentle and patient with yourself. Once you practice that, you will hopefully be able to manage them as well as experience a better quality of life. For more free mental health content, either check my other mental health videos on the mental health playlist on this channel, or you can follow my counseling page on Instagram called the_stress_counselor. And I'm also a registered counselor, so if you do wish to work with me, I will attach the link to my website down in the description below. Yeah, so I hope this bit of information was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.